Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 with some more multiplayer races. For this series we were racing some two-wheel drive B-class cars. I've gone for a front-wheel drive Prelude, and these are all tarmac races, so you can kind of focus your builds a little bit more. I am running semi-slicks on this. We've got about 260 horsepower, and semi-slicks isn't too bad. I feel stats-wise, and it's about £2,600 as well, so I feel like stats-wise this Prelude is actually not looking too bad. I've never built one of these on Horizon before. Certainly on Horizon 5 I've never used one of these. Stat-wise it looks like a solid choice. I'm doing my normal thing when I run semi-slicks or slicks, which is don't bother with aero. The main reason is I'm going to have grippy tyres. I'm going to have perhaps grippier tyres than quite a few other cars around here. But I want a little bit of top speed. The downside, if I put all of my PI into tyres, which a lot of PI has gone into tyres for this Prelude, I don't have much PI left for power. The 260 horsepower isn't bad. I've got a supercharged Honda engine in this one. It's the swap I actually put into this so I could get the supercharger. And we'll see how it goes. Yeah, stat-wise it looks good. We've got all sorts of vehicles. There are a few VTEC swaps going on in here. There's a Carlton that is always awesome to see. We have got a slow starting Skyline in front of us. The one downside I might have is my gearbox isn't great. We are not very fast off the line, but we know we're not going to be quick off the line. I know there's, I accept the fact that we are not going to be great off the line, because the trade-off is I'm hoping that we're going to be good when we get to these corners. We should have quite a lot of grip. We will get past the Corsa as we run through these next couple of corners. I'm not sure what's leading the way, actually. I think it's a Fairlady Z is leading the way. Front-wheel drive is normally pretty good on Horizon games from what we have seen. It's very busy through here. We've got a slidey Fairlady Z in the middle of all of this. There's debris going everywhere. We're just trying to dodge it. I've got a good run here to the outside of the Dino, although I think the Dino's got quite a lot of power. We are going to go straight through the middle of all of this and make up a position here. It's a Carlton still in second, which is awesome to see. Oh, it's a modern Civic actually that's leading the way, I think. That's what they're driving. Okay, Prelude, what have you got? What actually have you got in terms of top end? That Fairlady says running aero. We will pass that. So once we're up to speed, yeah, I think once we're up to speed we aren't too shabby really. We're up to 130 miles an hour. Yeah, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. We're keeping the Dino at bay really down these straights, which is nice to see. Carlton's battling away with a Civic. Oh, no, it's not a modern Civic. I apologise. It's the 911 that's leading the way. One of the more oddball cars. Lots of Japanese cars in this one. The Honda Brigade is on the march. Currently all a little bit boxed in by a Carlton. We're bringing a Ferrari with us. It's a weird collection of cars. Maybe that's a great thing about Horizon and about this sort of rule set we have today. With it being just two-wheel drive, you get a lot of options. We've got a lot of fast front-wheel drives in here. And in B-class, you know, front-wheel drives by no means crazy to make these cars work. The Porsche is getting caught by the Honda squad here. The Dino didn't manage to clear the Carlton as me and the Civic did. I mean, that move all stemmed from the Carlton getting crossed up with Dragons' Civic. They were slow coming through that chicane and it just sort of concertinaed its way down. I think the good news I've got here is this is a track that I don't expect the Prelude to be very good at. This is not where the semi-slick tyred Prelude is going to be at its strongest, because a lot of it is this is a fast track on the most part. Oh, Dragons went for a big dive at turn 1, pulled it up but only just. This is going to be a massive tussle for the lead, I think, because all of us are quick around here in different places. The Civics has got good straight line speed, but of course Dragons' car won't have any PI really for upgrade, so that'll be probably on its standard tyres. Might have tyre widths, but that'll be it. So it's going to be a little bit of a handful in the corners. The 911, I mean, the Hondas we might all fall over each other. That's the only thing, is we're going to fall over each other trying to get to the Porsche. That is the downside. I don't know how I'm going to get past, because I am slower down this main straight. We're nice exit there. We're clear of the Dino. The Dino's not going to trouble us here as we head towards our final lap of the race. Will the Porsche hold on? Will it be a Honda? Will it be all Hondas on the podium? It's possible. Anything could happen on this final lap. Still Guns is having a look to the inside through turn 1. Dragons is trying to go through the middle. Now Dragons swaps to the inside. If they all beans it into the wall, we might be able to sneak past everybody as we get stopped. Still Guns runs wide. We're so quick through that corner. All of the time we lose down the straight, we make up through that kind of hairpin corner, but I can't really do much in terms of pass through here, especially not when it's this busy. There is just too many cars. Even if I get an amazing run, which I do, I got nowhere to go with it, and then we just get out-dragged by these more powerful machines. As I said though, this is good news for me in some ways. This is not a track I expected my car to be great at, and we are in the front group. Can we duck underneath the fighting Civics? We absolutely launch the Prelude to the inside, but I can't carry the speed on the exit. We're going to get mugged. It's going to be 3 wide into the final corner. Oh, it was worth a try. I might have actually cost a Honda's a victory, although Dragons might still do it. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what way that went. That was unbelievable on the final lap. I had to gamble. It was all we could do with that Prelude. What a race. Who won? Oh, the Civic got it. Oh, fastest lap goes to the Dino, but to be fair, the Honda Brigade really fought itself a lot in that one. Oh, that was an amazing race. That was fantastic fun. Oh, the 911 held on as much as it could. It just couldn't match the Honda squad as we tried to climb our way up through the pack. Yeah, I'm pleased with that Prelude. I'm really pleased with that car. If it's got that much performance at that circuit, we should be strong. Couldn't quite get a podium. I tried my very best though. We're off to the Garden Circuit for our next race. Oh, that's nice. That's the sight I want to see. It's Honda's on the front row. The Porsche's in third. The other Civic is not far away. The Dino's a long way back, actually. This could be the track for my car. This is one of the more technical circuits. It's one of my favourite tracks in the game, actually, this one. The Prelude, if the Prelude's going to work somewhere, it should work here. This track, possibly, there's a couple other very twisty ones where it's likely to be strong. I have no doubt we're going to have a race-long battle against that Civic. And the Porsche may get us before we go out of ghost mode, of course. Its rear-wheel drive launches better, rear-engined also helps with traction. So the Prelude is really not great off the line. Even compared to the front-wheel drive Civic, it's not great. But you can see the speed we can take through there. That is a lot of grip. And I think the Porsche's advantage might even go compared to the Civic before we're out of ghost mode. We try and sneak our way past as well. And we might be able to do this here if we're clever, which we are. Nicely done. Okay, we're up to second, although the Porsche is fighting back on the outside. Down here, my gearbox may just be our undoing here. There's slightly too long a gear ratios, and I ran out of PI, and maybe I should have tried to cut something to get a better gearbox in the car. But it will have to do. We don't want this fight. I don't want a Civic to the inside. I was going to get squeezed in the middle between those. Oh, don't want to hit the street furniture. That is bad news for us. Right, we really can't afford... The one downside to this car is, as quick as I think it can be, it will not enjoy being in traffic. That is where it will lose out big time. We can absolutely fly through turn 1, though. Look at that. All of the ground we lost in that fight, we've got to made up through that sort of turn 1 sequence. It's kind of multiple corners put together. We should be strong through here. Not quite as strong as we are at the first corner. We can fly through there nicely. We're right on the tail of Steel Guns. We're clear of Dragons' Civic, but then we just lose out on the drive up towards this next corner. Steel Guns is covering the inside. They felt the need to defend. They overdrove through the mid-corner, and we will cut back, and we will now take the lead of the race. I've just got to get far enough away down here, because we're a little bit vulnerable through this corner if a car has a run, but we should now be good. We can chuck it through this final sequence. We have a little lift through there, although I can't quite take it flat, otherwise we will understeer into the wall. But let's get turn... no, let's not get turn 1 like that. That was the last thing we needed. I just carried too much speed, and because we've thrown away our best lap time making opportunity, we try to squeeze the Civic out as best we can. It's on such a tight line they can't carry the momentum though. Problem is we've got a Dino coming to say hello, which we don't actually want. The Dino's done a great job of carving its way up through the field. That thing's got some grip as well. The Honda squad is under attack from a little Italian car. We want second gear on the exit of that. Yeah, gears are so long in this car, although, right, that is what I want to see. Have the Civic fight the Dino, and then if we can not make a mistake in turn 1, that would be awesome. Right, through this final sequence of corners, there is just a little bit of understeer. Now, of course, that's not something the Dino's going to have as much of, although the Dino's lost out to the Civic down there. So that is very good news for me. Let's just not do anything dumb through here. It's still a little bit wide. I can't get it as well as I did on that second lap. Yeah, it's not as bad that time around. Wasn't great. We will lift and coast a little bit on the way in, jump on the power as soon as we can. I'm trying to be as neat and tidy as I can, make as few mistakes as possible. We've just got a tiny bit of a gap to the Civic. I mean, it's definitely what we want to be seeing. We'll drop it down to second, kind of focus on the exit. That was a little slow through there. Oh no! Oh no, we've lost our rear gunner. We've only got a lap to fend off, but that's unlucky. That Civic is a bit of a great fight in this race, but we have lost our rear gunner, sort of. Not that they were really our teammate or anything, but we've lost a little bit of the defence that we did have going on. It's nice enough through that final section for us. The Dino a little bit wide, the Civic also out wide there, as to be expected, really. Okay, that's more like it through turn 1. That's what we needed. It's absolutely what we needed on this final lap of the race here. Be neat, be tidy, carry all of the speed, just stay out of range of the Dino. I am a little scared of it. In places around this track. It's definitely very capable. I don't think I wanted second there. I think I should have stayed in third. I think I could have rolled it through that corner in third. Would have been the way to go. I'm getting a bit nervous of that Ferrari. Not gonna lie. Gearbox is just not quite right. With a better gearbox, this would be definitely better. It would be a much nicer car to drive. Whereas the Dino is going to look to the outside here. I think he'll struggle to make that one work. And there's no real, unless I hit the wall through here, there's no real overtaking opportunities through that final corner. The Dino's going to follow us across the line. I think I actually drove a bit too cautiously in the final stages of that and let the Dino kind of catch. But I'll take it, yeah. Dino a little bit faster over the course of a lap. Steel Guns unlucky, pushed us hard in that one. But I mean, yeah, it's close. Only 0.3 of a second separate me and the Ferrari. The other Civic, though, does get on the podium at least. The Porsche dropped down to 5th around this circuit. Not quite as fast here as the first one. Another very good race. A nerve-wracking race, that one. real nerve-wracking race. Well, we have had a very good first couple of races with the prelude. Hopefully we can continue. Our next circuit is, I say, a bit faster. It is a little bit more of a high-speed circuit here, but you do need some grip around this one. So I don't think we're going to be terrible. I think the Civics will potentially be a little bit stronger than us here. The Dino as well might work. We'll have to wait and see, though. The Carlton, I mean, is always a fun addition. It might work a smidge better around this track, make the most of its power perhaps. We shall have to wait and see. Of course, that the 911 just launches so well. It is by far and away the best starting car here. With the Dino's mid-engine, that will help it. Mid-engined and rear-wheel drive. We are terrible off the line. They're actually probably the Prelude's biggest weakness. The gearbox doesn't help it. That's on me. But yeah, it definitely just really is struggling getting off the line. I mean, we're down to 7th already. We will make some of those positions back, especially as Hassie gets a big slide with that fair lady. We're going to get boxed in behind the Carlton. We're going to have a lift and then a dive to the inside, and we can carry the speed. Though we are going to be on the wrong side of the Civic here. We can't cross it over. I wanted to, just mistimed it. Nose the Prelude a little bit too long for that one. And then comes the bit where we suck. Dragons is taking a rallycross route with the Civic up ahead there. Probably not really going to work all too well. I mean, the longer they get stuck behind that Porsche, the better it is for me and Steel Guns for that matter. And I mean, for anybody else that might have pace, I don't know if... I think really we've got the Honda squad and the Dino are the quickest cars here. The Porsche is very fast starting, so it gets a good start, and is then just under fire for the remainder of the race, or until it loses out to the Honda squad and the Dino. The Porsche is quick. It's just not quite as quick as us four. Almost got an overlap there, although Pers has got that fair lady working a little bit better now. It's clear of traffic. I think we've actually got speed here on Still, but I can't quite find a way past, because every time we get to a twisty bit, the Civic's just out of range. We might be able to do a pass here. Nope. Honda is ahead, is wise to it. Can we duck underneath on the exit? Almost. Almost, because then we've just run into this wall. And I think what's helping the Porsche at the moment is the fight for second. That's just giving the Porsche a free pass. Me and Steel Guns are fighting over fourth. There's a big fight for second. No one's really attacking the Porsche, although the Dino's got clear of the Civic and might now get this move done. I think it has. The Ferrari's clear. Come on, Honda squad. Honda squad, let's stop squabbling ourselves. I don't think that's going to happen somehow, though. What can we do about getting past? Steel Guns is in the wall. We were much better through turn 1 this time around. We're going to be on the outside through turn 2, but we're with the inside here. Can we get this pass completed? We can. And the Porsche is out wide, and we end up blocking Steel Guns in with that manoeuvre, but the Civic's got the straight line speed. Is going to fight back. Is to the inside through here, but we'll be on the outside for the next couple of corners, and we know we're fast here. We know we're very quick through here, and it's 3 corners. The Civic's got to go around the outside. We are on a tight line. That's the only problem for me. We're quick, but a little bit out of position. I think we're clear, though, of Steel Guns. Can we chase down Dragons? I fear that Civic is going to be too quick in a straight line for me. We will try, though. We will try to chase it down as best as possible. However, I don't think we're going to quite match it up these hills and so on. That's a little bit wonky by me. We should have been braver. Got to make the most of the grip we get from the semi-slicks. We got 1 lap, but 1 lap to try and be, well, I mean, the first place of the Hondas. No one's got an answer to the Dino here, it would seem. We've left the 911. It fought, I mean, it fought valiantly. It fought for the lead as long as it could. However, it just ran out of grip, really. It ran out of grip and ran out of speed fighting this collection of cars. We can really close in through that first section, can't we? But then we just lose out as we start getting to these hills. Steel Guns just doesn't quite have the pace in that 04 Civic. It's just not quite quick enough. As we barrel our way down the hill, we just lose out here. Just can't match the top speed quite. Can try and throw it into these corners with as much speed as I dare. I mean, we really are closing in here. And then it comes to an uphill section. I just need a few more twisty corners and we could do it. Alas, we do not have a few more twisty corners, and unless the Civic makes a big mistake somewhere, which is unlikely in the closing stages of this, I mean, we only need a tiny tap on the brakes through there, actually. I think there is a bit more speed in the prelude than I've really got out of it here. It's always a little bit frustrating when you drive a car and that happens. Yeah, Tracker's really understeering. It's a good race. I did enjoy that race. We had a good battle with Steel Guns. We got the pass. We made it work. Just ran out of time to do anything about the cars ahead. Lap times, yeah, didn't really have enough. I think I could have got close. I could have got within a couple of tenths of the Dino, with a bit better driven lap by me. But I think the Ferrari just a smidge faster. However, another good fun race and another podium. We head to one of the most technical circuits. Oh, what a nice spot on the grid for us again. I like this. This is what we need. We've actually also got a bit of a buffer before we get to the Dino and the Honda squad. Yeah, I mean, this should be a good track for me. The one problem we might have is the run up the hill could be a little problematic. It might. I hate to be a broken record. The gear ratios might make or break us here. If it works out for us, if it falls nicely with our gearbox, we could be very strong here. The only problem we've got is the Dino is close enough that it'll probably launch past us. It's so annoying. No, okay, we know Hasio's fair lady does not have anywhere near the grip required. I overcommitted. Oh, that bounced really weirdly off the curb. I've never experienced that one before. Yeah, I don't know whether we're going to out-grip the Dino in the really technical stuff. I mean, this is about as technical a track as we can go to in the game, I think. So this will be a good test to see if we legit can out-handle that Dino. I think the Dino will out-accelerate us. It's smaller and lighter. We might have a smidge more power than it, but it's not going to be very much more power, and the Dino is just going to be lighter. The Civics, I mean, they're buried in the pack, and we know they don't have the tyres. They just simply... There will be more modern chassis, but they just do not have the tyre grip that we have in these cars. I'm going to guess the Dino's on semi-slicks as well. If it's matching me in the corners, it's probably on semi-slicks. I haven't actually paid attention in the race podium screens. We should probably do that with this race. You might be on vintage race tyres, actually. Might be the other option for the Dino that you would go for. It does look quite slidey. Oh, Dino made a big mistake, and then I thought it was pinging clear of that, and it didn't. It jittered back. Okay, so the Dino trying to take a clever line, got itself into trouble. We are still alongside it, though, through here, so we will get ourselves to the inside as we run up the hill. It's going to be side by side into the final corner, and we will take the lead of the race with the preload. In fact, the Dino was out a little bit wide through there and lost a little bit of momentum. Okay, Honda, let's see what you can do. Now, we are more stable by the looks of it than the Dino. There, I've just run in a little too deep. I seem to be doing that with the prelude there. Don't normally have that problem through that section of circuit. Bounce it over the curb a little bit. That's fine. I mean, what the Dino was trying to do, was trying to swing it as wide as possible on the approach to that corner and flow it through the turn nicely. It's a good line. However, when you get it wrong, it was bounced off. Don't see too many bouncing off the outside wall. It's easy to turn in too soon and hit the inside post, but that was bounced off the outside wall to the inside wall and got in trouble. That Ferrari is looking to get to the inside. We will defend the final corner. It's tough to overtake here. We're actually not bad through that final turn. We've got some good speed through there. We are going to have to be defensive, though. The Dino's really gone for it. That's going to have no speed mid-corner. It's a very tight line. I mean, I will be as aggressive on the defending as is fair with the prelude. We're going to have to be. The Dino is looking quick in a number of places. I think I wanted second through all of that. However, I didn't go down to it at the right time. Again, the Ferrari's looking every which way. I just see a red nose having a look. And I tell you what, there's a Fairlady Z that is catching us. Where did that come from? That has got some speed here. Again, the Ferrari's closing as it runs up the hill, but we can just shut the door and make it difficult. Or the Ferrari's very well off the corner. We've chased it across to the inside. I knew it was going to do that. It's on a very tight line into turn one. And the thing is, though, we're really costing ourselves lap time here. Yes, I am defending very aggressively. And we have to a little bit here if we want to win, and it is really slowing us down. In fact, the Fairlady's passed. The Fairlady's up to second. That could save me, or it could give me a whole world of pain. In fact, that thing is monstrously grippy. How is that so grippy? That must be on slicks. That has the cars that have out-handled everything, and it has just been eviscerated by a Fairlady that's come from nowhere. That is not... I was not expecting that. We're going to throw it to the inside. I can't do it. I'm not going to take the win for that. It was worth a go. However, that would have been just a bump and run. I don't think the Fairlady knew we were going to have a dive there. I don't think it expected us to have a dive. It kind of shut us down and squeezed us a bit to the wall. But I genuinely don't think it was aware that we were there particularly. That thing, that must be on slicks. That's the only... Because that... Me and the Ferrari had been very similar speed the whole time, but I wasn't even thinking. I should have been thinking. I should have been cleverer, to be honest. I should have checked. I didn't even think I was going to have to take a tight line, because if I had, I could have won that race easy. I'm a bit disappointed in myself. I just wasn't... I knew it had caught, but I thought that was more because me and the Ferrari fighting. That does look like slicks to me, yeah. Came from nowhere. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Yeah, me and the Ferrari actually fought each other a little bit too hard. And a sneaky Nissan turned up. However, another awesome race. we head into our final round. It is the Lookout Circuit. I mean, we've got a nice spot. We've got a nice spot on the grid, but we know it's slightly irrelevant. The problem is we're going to be 7th, 6th, 7th by the time we get to turn 1, or by the time we get to the exit of turn. It's kind of a almost never-ending corner. I think the Dino is going to be strong here. I have little doubt about that. I think that's going to be the card to beat. I think the Civic will be fast likewise. Oh, we found something that we start almost better than. Actually, we've not been... Why have we got... I mean, here comes everything else, but we got off the line a lot better than we have done We have now fallen to 7th, but it took a lot longer to fall back. I feel like we had a much better start than we have done in some of the previous ones. We can be flat all the way through here, and that was very nice for the prelude. As we run up the hill, the Porsche hasn't been able to hold on to its lead this time around, although that's not a surprise. The Civic is quick down these straights. We are going to have to follow the Ferrari if we want any chance of winning here. We're going to have to try and make them over. Not quite got the space there. Was trying. Ferrari got so close to missing the checkpoint there, I have to say. We are very good in these twisty sections in comparison to the Dino. Now, what might help me here, Dino is faster than me in a straight line and accelerating. It's very evenly matched with the Civic. So if a couple of them tussle, we might be able to sneak past in the bits of the track where we're faster, because we outturn the both of them, I think. So that could be very helpful. I mean, through here, for example, and yeah, we've got a lot of momentum going on. So this circuit, weirdly, this track could actually work for us better than some of the other circuits that I might have expected the Preludes to be strong on. We're well clear of the line 11. That's not going to trouble us here. The Civic goes defensive against the Ferrari. I mean, if I could figure out a way to sneak past both of them, that would be awesome. We try to figure out a way past the Civic. If we can go... I promise, even if we go around the outside, which we can do, we've got the grip to do it. That's a great pass for all of 5 seconds. And then the Civic buggers off down a straight. God damn it, I need the Civic to slow down the Ferrari, and I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Unless the Ferrari makes a little error somewhere. I don't think the Civic's going to catch it back up again. Was not the line. I wondered whether we could hold that. It was ambitious by me, and it was rubbish. Okay, it wasn't completely rubbish, it just wasn't very good, and that might actually cost us a chance at second. It's really screwed us up this whole way. Is the Civic going to dive? I don't think it can. It will want to. You'd want to have a dive when you're closing that quickly, but the Civic also knows at the end of the day it's not going to be able to carry the same corner speed through this section as that Dino. And if you do have a dive and it doesn't work, you lose a lot of time, and then you'd end up in the clutches of a Prelude. As you can see, we're quick on the exit there. If I get everything right, there might be a chance to pass the Civic. Can't catch the Ferrari, it's gone, without missed checkpoints, etc. Even if we weren't battling the Civic, I don't think we quite have the pace of the Ferrari here. We're not far off. We're not a million miles off. God damn it. I thought we got that better that time around. I don't think we've quite lost as much. If I could stop hitting the bloody wall, we'd be fine. I need that momentum. I need that momentum through there. And the Dino was really close to the wall this lap. I don't actually know whether it hit it. Dino's... I don't know whether it went... Again, it's difficult to tell from distance how wide the Ferrari was through there. This is where the Civic hurts. The Civic just can't take any speed through here because it's on whatever its standard tyres are. You know, the Civic has so little PI to play with here that, there's not much can be done. It's going to be on... It's a much more modern car, of course. We've got a 60s Ferrari and a 90s Honda in mine. It's got a lot more modern technology and everything, and the tyres aren't terrible on it, but they're not as good as semi-slicks, or I think vintage race on the Ferrari. I could be wrong though. If I was building the Ferrari, I would be tempted by vintage race. A couple of times running wide and hit the wall have kind of screwed me, and I think we've all settled down into our pace. We had a good first couple of laps. We looked quick then, but as it all settled out, It's just not quite gone our way. We're just not able to make quite enough lap time with this. We're there or thereabouts. We had a stunning around the outside manoeuvre on the Civic here that sadly came to naught because, yeah, we just got out-dragged. I think the lap times are going to be close between us three. We've had a good final lap here. We're a lot closer than we were. I think the Dino may have had a slightly scruffy final lap. I'll be interested to see who wins the battle of the lap times there. I think it'll go to the Ferrari, but I think we'll be close. I think there's only going to be a few tenths in it, really, between us lot. And indeed it was. Yeah, half a second separates the three of us. The Dino gets it by 3 tenths, almost 4 tenths over my prelude. We were a little quicker than the Civic. But there we go. Yeah, I actually really like that car. I think future, I might change the gearbox out. I'd have to lose a little bit of power, but I think it'd be worth it to have a slightly better gearbox. I can't adjust the ratios of this. The Ferrari is on vintage race tyres. So we've got 3 cars, very similar in pace, all completely different, and all on different tyres. That was some really good fun racing. In fact, some of those races have been some of the best races I've had in a long time on this game, especially that first race. That first race was absolutely amazing. It's been a lot of fun with these cars. I really like my Prelude. It works really well. That is a build I'm happy with. Yeah, a couple of tweaks, but as far as a tarmac car goes, yeah, I'm really happy with that. It's a good fun car to drive. We had some really good fun races, and there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link to it in the description, and you can sign up to take part in the versus the community section. That, though, shall be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.